wants to feel. Yes, people, welcome back to Hotspur Flicks TV. Yes, we won a game on Saturday, our first win in 2026. We hadn't won a game since December the 28th. Now, unfortunately, during that Wolves clash, we lost two more players, didn't we? Dominic Solanke in the 40th minute. And then we go into the second half. And this one really hit everybody because this certain player just seems to give us creativity. It gives us something. It gives us hope. And that is Xavi Simons. Now, the news broke late last night. For those that are watching, I don't know where everyone else is, it should be more than this, but hey, here we are. But yeah, for those that were watching me last night, a couple of you in the chat were actually saying that Xavi Simons has done his ACL, and I'm not wanting to believe it. I'm just thinking it's just rumours. But roughly about half hour to an hour of me finishing my stream, it started to come out a little bit more. And then I heard it, I think it was first thing this morning on TalkSport, I heard the news break then that Xavi Simons is going to be out for about 6 to 8 months. Done his ACL, done his knee. And yeah, he's going to miss the last 4 very important games to keep us in the Premier League. And he's going to miss the World Cup. Is that it now? Is that it for Spurs? Because look, I know we're down to the bare bones. We know that creativity going forward, it's very, very small, isn't it? It's very, very small. It's what are your thoughts, people? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? This is a massive, massive blow. A massive blow. If anyone's not seen it, let me put this up on here if it comes up. I don't know if you lot should be able to see that, but yeah. So this was posted, I think, very late last night. So Xavi Simons has said the following: they say life can be cruel, and today it feels that way. My season has come to an abrupt end, and I'm just trying to process it. Honestly, I'm heartbroken. None of it makes sense. All I've wanted to do is fight for my team, and now the ability to do that has been snatched away from me, along with the World Cup. Representing my country this summer has just gone. It'll take time to find peace with this, but I continue to be the best teammate I can be. I have no doubt that together we'll fight. We'll win this fight. Yeah, it's very, very sad, isn't it? Very, very sad. A lot of people were jumping on the bandwagon last night. Because obviously Xavi took everything Spurs related off his Instagram. If anyone's not seen that. And of course, yeah, people are jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, Xavi Simons is taking all the Spurs related off. Oh no, that's him done now. He's going to leave Spurs. Seriously. I don't know why he's done that. Who knows? He's obviously very upset because he's going to miss the last 4 very important games for Spurs, but he's set to miss the World Cup for the Netherlands as well. It's just very, very sad. Very, very sad. And when you think it can't get any worse for Spurs, and it's just another slap in the face. And I'm sure neutral fans are laughing at us right now. All neutral fans are laughing at us right now. You know, to to think when he first went down, when he first went down, the medical team come out, didn't they? And correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, people, but they took him off and then they brought him back on. Or I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to quickly think back how it went. He went down, didn't he? And then the medical team come on. Then they pick him up. Then they make him jump up and down and try and run around because he actually, the medical staff went off, didn't they? And it was less than a minute, wasn't it? And he's come down again. And it just sums up our medical team, doesn't it? It just sums up our medical team. You know, we already know the club is rotten from top to bottom. And, you know, now this, more injuries, more injuries. Creativity is very, very, very small right now. To think we're having to rely on Richarlison, possibly Solanke. There's no more news on Solanke yet, is there? Moani as well. Till we're having to rely on them players to get us out of this mess going forward. It's just absolutely shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. When you I'm just going to bring this up now. Look, see, look at this, people. Look at this. Spurs injuries. You know, all these boys are missing. Dejan Kulusevski, he's been out for over a year. Mohamed Kudus, he should have been back we're still in April, aren't we? So Mohamed Kudus should have been back this month. He's has a major, major setback. Again, that's down to our medical team and the rest. Ben Davies, Wilson Odibert, Vicario, Romero, Badoogie, Solanke now, Xavi Simons. And the other one is, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, people, but this is our fourth ACL injury. So we've had more ACL injuries than wins in 2026. Again, we've had more ACL injuries than home wins this season. You couldn't make it up, could you? You really couldn't make it up. Quality missing there. Kulusevski, Kudus, both pacey, skillful, goal scorers. Christian Romero on his day, a very top centre back. And Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons is the latest to go down. It's just yeah. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't make it up, could you? You really, really couldn't make it up. It's so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking, isn't it? So heartbreaking as a Spurs fan to keep going through this. It's just a constant slap in the face, week in, week out, day after day. There's no let, is there? There's to think we got that win. It was a very, very scrappy win. We all know that. Very, very scrappy win. But even me, I'm not, like I've said many times, and I'll say again right now. I'm still, half of me is still telling me that we're going to get out of this mess. The other half is saying, "No, Flicks, it's done. It's done. It's done. This team is basically average. We know that. It's done. Championship football next season. We got a piss poor hierarchy. It's just more doom and gloom on top of more doom and gloom." You know, a lot of people are saying, and I said the same thing as well. If we do get relegated to the Championship, ENIC might sell. Well, when you think again, of course they're not going to sell because they're going to lose profits, major profits. I know ENIC itself has got their what's the saying? Basically, you know, they got their fingers in other pies, if you like. You know, not just Spurs. So just maybe, just maybe, they might sell. But I don't know about you lot watching, but I am really not holding my hopes up on them selling anytime soon. You know, but I'll leave you guys to think about that one and have that little discussion in the chat. But Villa this weekend, you know, with no creativity there, obviously Mathis Tell's going to possibly start that game. You know, how is De Zerbi going to line this one up? It's going to be interesting, but it's going to be very hard to watch. Very, very hard to watch. Very, very hard. Hotspur forever. I'm just seeing in the comments now. Maddison. Yeah, I know we got Maddison. I know Maddison's been on the bench for the past 2 games, but as far as me and you know, he's not 100% fit yet. For some reason, he's still being put on the bench for the past 2 games. I get for the Brighton game, you know, being at home, deserve his first game in charge. It's given us a little bit of hope, a booster, if you like. But from my understanding, Madison's not coming back for at least another couple of weeks yet. I know there's that saying, you never know. Maddison could play some part of Sunday's game against Villa. You don't know. You don't know. But if that's the case, it's a big, very, very big risk. A very, very big risk. But there's what else have we got? What else have we got? Who else can we use other than them kids? We can't rely on kids. I'm sick of. I was sick of the likes of Ange, Frank, Igor Tudor using the likes of Archie Gray when you can. Well, we can see it, but they obviously couldn't. But they're just not good enough yet, and especially where Spurs are right now. We need experience, muscle, fighters. Don't throw in kids. Don't throw in kids, honestly. But yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how De Zerbi will line this one up on Sunday at Villa Park. It really will. It really will be interesting. People, get smashing the like button on your way through. The more likes, the better. Get subscribing to the channel as well. I'd really appreciate it. Let's. I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring this up quickly. Who remembers this? This was one of the latest interviews, wasn't it? With the man himself, Mr. Johan Lang. Probably about 5, maybe 6 months ago. Between 5 and 6 months ago, roughly. Wasn't it? A lot of our injured players, they will return. Well, that quickly backfired on him, didn't it, people? That really backfired on him. They will return. And here we are. Here we are. You know what I mean? Kudus, where is he? Kulusevski, where is he? People, you got to laugh. It's that saying, isn't it? If you don't laugh, you cry. I know we're crying inside. I'm crying every day just thinking about literally the huge possibility we could be playing championship football next season, thanks to the likes of this idiot on our screens right now, Johan Lang. You know, absolutely shambolic, isn't it, people? Absolutely shambolic. But yeah, man, I'm just going to start scrolling through the comments now. So yeah, keep smashing likes, people, on your way through. I'd appreciate it. Really would appreciate it. This is going to be a short stream. I'm only going to go till about past on this one, unfortunately. But yeah, here we are. Big up Aussie Ange in the building. Afternoon, we are staying up with at least 41 points. Well, Aussie Ange, my question to you, where are the points coming from? Are we beating Villa? Are we beating Leeds? I know I said last night on my stream, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I said if we can at least get a point against Villa, beat Leeds because we've beaten them before this season. Chelsea is going to be. I know they're having a tough time themselves this season, but even though it doesn't matter because it's Spurs, isn't it? When it's Spurs come up against Chelsea, Chelsea just come out on top. But can we get at least a point at Chelsea and beat Everton last game of the season? Can we? Hotspur forever. This guy has the coldest intro. Thank you. Big up for that. Big up. If you go back to, I'm going off subject now for a minute or two, but if you go back to my live stream, say a month ago, I had the same intro, but with no background noise, with no background tune. So yeah, I've got my guy who sorts me out with all that stuff, just to add that in there. And obviously the timer will slightly change as well for another couple of minutes. So yeah, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Hotspur Forever also saying took him off. Yeah, tried to walk and hurt himself. Yeah, and who knows, that could have made it worse. Making him jump up and down, walking around when they should have taken him off straight away. And it could have made it worse. We don't know. We don't know. But it just sums up our medical team, doesn't it? An absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. I think we've got someone new in here. I've never seen this name before. Laura Johnson. Big up. Harry Kane shouldn't have left Spurs. He was the only player who could score goals. So obviously, yeah. Our all-time goal scorer. And it just goes to show the likes of Kane and Son were basically carrying that Spurs side. Now Son's gone, yeah, I don't need to say no more on that one because we know the answer to that, don't we? What else we got here? 6 points to City next season. Hotspur forever again. Also saying we've got Maddison instead of Simmons. Look, I'd love to see Maddison play a part. Obviously, Maddison, we all know what he's got in his locker. He's got a lot of creativity, goals as well. But I don't want Spurs to rush him back because he is a bit injury prone himself, isn't he? I don't want Spurs doing that. We've been down that road far too many times. They rush players back, and then before you know it, they're back out. They're back out again for another whatever so long. It's Tom Kingham, big up. We are down. Yeah, a lot of people are saying we're down. I'm like I said, I'm very half and half. I'm still trying to keep positive when it's very hard to keep positive. I just don't want to see my team go down. I really don't. I really don't. Because there will be no way back up. If we go down, it would just get worse. It will just get worse. But I hope I'm wrong on that if that's the case. Big up Scott. Big up. Oh, sorry. Big up COYS. Tom Kingham also saying no Maddison, Kudus, Simmons and Solanke. We are cooked. Well, no news on Solanke yet. There's no news on Solanke, but Solanke. For anyone that rates Solanke, I did a few years ago, back in his Bournemouth days, but he's just doing nothing for Spurs, is he? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. ZZ Cape also saying your board is letting you down. Well, yeah, they are. They've let us down for many, many years now. Many years. Pure neglect. No ambition. No ambition. No ambition. Aussie Ange, do you reckon Ange would have kept us up if he was here the whole season? Do you know what? I don't really know. I really don't know how to answer that, because we finished fourth from bottom last season. 22 league defeats. We was only thankful that the bottom three that were in that relegation scrap went down, and they were a lot worse. They were a lot worse. For a team that loses 22 league games, that is, you're relegated. You are gone. You are gone. I know I said many times, I know the injuries didn't help, because they didn't. They didn't. And we're in the same situation right now. So many injuries. But we got so far into that Europa, edging closer to the final. And in the end, Ange had to put all his eggs in one basket and focus on that Europa, because he knew not only that could potentially be our first trophy in 17 years, right? But that was also guaranteeing Champions League football for this season. He knew Spurs weren't going to get relegated, for the simple fact of who went down, Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton. The points difference was so much bigger. They weren't catching Spurs. No way were they catching Spurs. I was all for Ange to stay until at least Christmas time, and to see if the big if to get that back in the summer. But Spurs being Spurs, the hierarchy being as we all know them, that was never going to happen. Levy sacked him. A week or so later, roughly, Levy gets a sack. Lang and Vanai have come forward a lot more, wanting to take control when they haven't got a clue what to do. Running around like a blue-ass fly. Have no clue. No clue what to do. They couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery. It's just shocking. Absolutely terrible. A lot of people are saying it's getting worse. Since Levy's gone, it's got worse. Well, yeah, that's I'm going to say slightly true, but it was still very bad under Levy, wasn't it? Again, Levy was at Spurs for about roughly that same time as Enoch, Joe Lewis and his family, 25, 26 years. No ambition. You sell a top player, not replaced. And how many times has that happened? Moussa Dembele, never replaced. Harry Kane, never replaced. Heung-min Son, never replaced. Modric, never replaced. Who am I forgetting? Gareth Bale, never replaced. All these top name players, never replaced. Never replaced. Brennan Johnson, yeah, he wasn't the best, but who was our top scorer last season? Brennan Johnson. Wasn't replaced. It's just, make it make sense, people, innit? Make it make sense. His replacement, if you like, was some young kid from Hearts, and he's gone straight into the under-21s. So that's another good thing that Spurs are good at. They like to get people for the future, not the now. They're not forgetting about what's actually happening now. Terrible, isn't it? Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hotspur forever. Why is he still injured? If you're on about Madison, that's what I want to know. Why is he still injured? Obviously, I know he's got a YouTube channel. I've not actually seen a lot of it. I've seen the first video. A lot of people are taking the piss now on it, saying he's more of a YouTuber than a footballer. But the poor guy's trying to recover. He wants full fitness. And like I said, you can't rush him back, because we've been there before, rushing players back, and it hits you in the face. Tom Kingham, in Lang we trust. Jesus, I know you're taking a piss there. I know you don't mean that. I know you don't mean that. What else we got here? What else? Right, I've got another roughly 10 minutes, people. Then I've got to go, unfortunately. Big up the Perez. Big up yourself. Big up. Smash the like, subscribe. Hype Hotspur Flicks TV. Yeah, man. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. What else we got here? Aussie Ange, imagine if we survived the last day. I've said this for the past couple of days. Imagine this goes down to the very last game of the season, knowing that Spurs have to beat the Toffees at the Lane and West Ham lose to Leeds. I don't even want to think about it. I really don't want to think about it. You know, imagine this scenario, right? Imagine this scenario. Spurs are winning. Spurs are beating the Toffees at home, and West Ham are drawing. Now, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? West Ham get a last-minute winner. Jesus, that would send shivers down everyone's spine and a lot of emotion, a lot of pissed off people. Yeah, I don't want to think about it yet. I really don't. But I know it's creeping up on us. We've only 4 games left, 3 after this weekend. You know, especially if we, you know, put it this way, if by some very big miracle we beat Villa and West Ham beat Brentford, they've got Brentford, haven't they? Let me get this up again. Yeah, they've got Brentford, haven't they? Imagine that again. We're just how we are again. The same points difference at 2 point gap still. If we both win, so we've all got to be Brentford fans, haven't we? Hopefully Brentford can do us a favour, but then we got to do ourselves a favour and get something at Villa with 3 remaining. Leeds, Chelsea, and Everton. They've got the Gunners who are still fighting for pole position. The Geordies who are not having a very good time themselves, even though they lost only 1-0 to Arsenal on the weekend. And then they've got Leeds. But here we are. Here we are, people. Here we are. Here we are. Hotspur forever. Can we restart the season? That would be lovely. That would be nice if we could reset the season and have everyone fully fit. Yeah, I'd grab that with both hands all day long because we wouldn't be in this mess. I feel if we had a fully fit squad, Spurs would be around about 7th, 8th finish at best. At best, you know. It's just a shame to see where Spurs are because the hierarchy. You would have thought they would have learnt or at least try and learnt from their mistakes from last season. 4th from bottom, 22 league defeats. Again, now we're 3rd from bottom with about 6. I think we're on 16 defeats, aren't we, at the moment? So here we are. Here we are. Brian Maguire, Toby and Yang never replaced. Exactly. A lot of players weren't replaced. Wasn't replaced. Wasn't replaced. What else we got here? Mash Joe surviving on the last day gets the adrenaline pumping. I know very well. Well, yeah, all our hearts will be pounding, but you just know what would happen. Like I said, West Ham get a last-minute winner. You just know it, don't you? Because they've got fighters, they've got creativity, goal scorers. I know they were poor last Monday when they played Palace. They got a last-minute winner against the Toffees. Spurs haven't got that, unfortunately. And again, that's down to the hierarchy. Again, Tom Kingham, Kyle Walker, Lloris, Yang, Adevard, Rose, Dembele, Ericsson, Kane, Son, never replaced. Exactly. Never replaced. Hotspur forever. Solanke for Kane, apparently. Yeah. Simmons for Son. Yeah, that's definitely true. Ali for Modric. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are, man. Here we are. Here we are. Let me just scroll up. I think I've missed a couple there. What we got here? What we got? Another comment here. I want Spurs to be in the Premier League next season. That would be nice. That would be nice. A lot of non-Spurs fans want Spurs to go down. But it would be so sweet if we scrape this with the skin of our teeth. You know, it'd piss a lot of people off. It really piss a lot of people off. And then you've got Roy Keane, who's actually saying that he feels Spurs will survive this. They will scrape it with the skin of their teeth by a point. I hope it's true. Because from what I'm seeing on these, I don't know how 100% they are, it's these, what do you call them? Basically the predictor things. A lot of these things are saying that Spurs will finish 18th, and there'll be a point in it, and West Ham survive it. I just hope that ain't true. I just hope it ain't true. Big up Rodney Martin. Big up Flicks, COYS. Big up yourself, people. Smash the likes on your way through. Really appreciate it. And sub to the channel if you've never subbed before. Brian Maguire, I think it will be over before the last game of the season. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it could be over when we play at Stamford Bridge. But then that's been said for the past 3-4 months, roughly, innit? Brian Maguire, Arsenal will lose to West Ham to send us down. Well, look, if Arsenal are still fighting for the title, then they've got to win their game if they want to fight. If they still want that chance to win the title, they've got to win every game. So I can't see that happening. Surely, I can't see that happening. Arsenal being Arsenal, they'll be like, yeah, we beat West Ham. Spurs will still go down. Don't worry about it. That's their mentality. We know that. Another comment here, our medical team trying to walk him off the pitch. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. That just sums up our medical team. Absolutely shambolic. Haven't got a clue. Some might say, are they actually medical trained? have they got their badges? They got their certificates? You know what I mean? It's like pulling any old Tom, Dick and Harry off the street. Like, here, do. You can be a medical team. Crack on. You know what I mean? It's terrible. The whole lot of them should be sacked. The whole lot of them. The whole lot of them. Each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. No consistency plans for long-term injuries, despite last season. Exactly. The shockwave of relegation is what we need to finally sort this mess out. Well, a lot of people are saying, if Spurs go down, it's going to be a kick up the arse, and it could be a very good kick up the arse and finally wake the hierarchy up. But it won't. Of course it won't wake them up. It's just going to make the whole situation a lot worse than what it is right now. For all we know, we could have back-to-back relegations, because I know it sounds silly me saying this right now, but Leicester finished third from bottom last season. They've just been relegated again. That could be Spurs next season. We could be playing League One football. Imagine that. League One football. And to think Leicester were top runners to smash the Championship out of the park this season with the squad they've got, because they've got a squad more than capable of getting out of that. And to think two of those boys are ex-Spurs, Ollie Skipman and Winkerbell, Harry Winks. I know that them two surely won't be playing League One football next season. Surely not. But like I've said, the Championship is very, very hard. Very, very difficult. Very competitive. And right now we don't have any of that. We don't have any of it whatsoever. Rodney Martin, West Ham have to go to Newcastle and home to Arsenal. Not very easy. Well, of course, yeah. Even Forest haven't got easy games. Look, quickly, before I do go, let's bring this up again. So Forest, their last set of games, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, Bournemouth. Not easy. Not easy. West Ham, Brentford, Arsenal, Newcastle, Leeds. Not easy. And then we look at ourselves: Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, Everton. Look, this will 100% go down to the wire. If Spurs pick up points against Villa, then we've just gone for another weekend of being in it with the skin of our teeth, if you like, with 3 remaining. This is going down to the wire. This is going down to the wire, isn't it? It really will. It really will, people. It really will. Big up Jane. Seems we are hated over the Big Six thing. Well, what do you call Big Six now? What? Before I do go, because I've got to go in a minute, people. But what do you call Big Six? A lot of so-called Spurs fans, some neutral, are still saying that Tottenham are a Big Six club. Well, how can we be a Big Six club when for the past 2 seasons, obviously counting this one being the second one, we're fighting a relegation scrap? Cara Kent backed it up. So how can we even be a Big Six club? Spirit of LFC fans, come on you Forest, Leeds and Hammers. See, another one that wants Spurs down. A lot of us do. A lot of us do. But I really feel that if we get something out of this, and by some very, very big miracle, Brentford do us a job, then yeah, this is going down to the wire. It really will. It really will, people. Right. Unfortunately, I've got to go. Otherwise, I would have stayed on for another 20 minutes, half hour. But please, please, please smash that like button on your way through. The more likes, the better. It gets my channel noticed by YouTube a lot more, and all the old algorithm malarkey, all that for shazzle and all that. And get subscribing as well. If you've never subbed to the channel, please hit that sub button. Please smash the notifications button as well, so when I do upload a brand new video, you people out there will hear it first. Or see it first, whatever. I'm trying to think now. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. I might be doing a live tomorrow, if not Wednesday. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, the next one will be going on to the Villa game. How do you reckon it'll plan out against Villa at Villa Park on Sunday evening? It's not going to be easy. It will not be easy, people. It will not be easy. Right, but that's enough from me. Thank you to each and every one of you in the chat. Again, everyone just watching. But yeah, smash the likes as always. Up the Spurs and Enoch out. Come on, take it.